Okay, a video about cleaning trumpets, which I get asked about a lot. So this is me doing mine. Trumpet cases. So to clean a trumpet, after the kids have had a bath, or after everyone's had a bath, just leave the bath water in, lukewarm, bit of soap in there. It's a bit scuzzy, but hey, it's a trumpet for you. Take everything off that can come off. What that should be leave you is with the carcass, you know, the main sort of body, mouthpiece, first valve slide, second valve slide, third valve slide, tuning slide, and valve bottoms over there. Put the valves over there in a cup, and got the second trumpet over there doing the same sort of thing. Mouthpiece is also soaking. Just I'll leave them there for about 20 minutes or so, just to sort of loosen the scuzz inside it. And then I'll show you what I do after that's been soaking. Okay, cleaning kits. Once your trumpet is in the bath soaking, to clean it, you're cleaning really the inside and not the outside. The outside should be, it's not really, you're not really concerned about the outside. The inside is what you're really worried about. So what you really need, I mean, brass shops will sell you cleaning kits. Things that you generally need. Mouthpiece cleaner, kind of does what it says on the tin, cleans the mouthpiece. You can buy, you can get these long wires with brushes on. They're fairly essential. They'll go down most of the, you can do the rest of the trumpet with one of those, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely fine. I've just got one of these with a little foam thing, cleaning your nose and things like that. And a slightly smaller one, and a long thin one. So there, just sort of wires with bits on the end to scrub out the insides. They'll also sell, they may well sell you like a valve brush, but I tend to use a old toothbrush, because it just gets in all the nooks and crannies, doesn't it? Just gets in all the bits and pieces, stick it down the valve casing. I'll show you that in a minute. And if there is any scuzzy stuff on the outside, which I don't know, dried peanut butter sandwich, scrubbing brush, but yeah, maybe if there's tarnish on there, or there's, I'm not sure, no, tarnish won't get it off. Anyway, so that's the equipment I use. Oh, and that, towels, I suppose, and stuff to re-grease afterwards, but we'll get to that a bit later. So you've got your trumpet in the bath, it's soaking, you've got all your brushes. Let's go to work. So here we are, bath side, rubber ducky to prove it. And this is, reach in, grab a slide, tuning slide it so happens to be, over the bath, in one end, out the other. Simple as that. Give it a dunk in, give it a rinse, pull it back out again. There you go. And you should notice bits of, I don't know, stuff. And that's all it really needs, really. It's just, I mean, you could go over it again and just do a bit of that. Sometimes I do a bit of that if I'm not going to brush it for a while. Scrub me, I've not washed it for a while. And in here as well. Obviously the bends are where brushes may well get stuck, but you know, you're getting most of it done if you go all the way down there, all the way down there. You'll be alright. So there we go. Place it on old towel down here. And do the same with all the others. I don't have to talk you through that, do I? So, done all the valves. It turns out that the old toothbrush, useful for valve bottoms, getting in there, those bits and pieces. Also, the things like washing out, you know, the water keys there, and getting all those bits in there, and in sort of in around there maybe, or in around here. Just old toothbrush, very useful. Right, main carcass. Do they call it the carcass? What do you call it? Body? Carcass. The thing that's going to be most dirty is the lead pipe. The first bit you blow down. The first bit you blow down, the lead pipe and the tuning slide. That's going to get the most gunk in it. Everything else tends to be pretty much alright. So, in one end, again it's the same sort of thing as before. In one end, out the other. Oh! That was Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Obviously, I've not done this for a while. Well, excuse me, I didn't hold the iPad over the bath for obvious reasons. So yeah, I give the lead pipe a going over 2 or 3 times just to make sure. Sometimes if I'm feeling very adventurous, I might put both the brushes, both ends, together, and in they go, if possible. No, they're not going in there. Use it for the valves. There you go. You do the same thing as you have done before. I tend to follow the flow of air, if you see what I mean. So I start at the mouthpiece and end at the bell, and just go through all the other tubes as the air would go through it as they're mixed. You know? There you go. A bit of this, but that doesn't take too long. You could be meticulous over it, but you've given it a soak, give it a scrub. Job's a good one. And the big one at the end, down the end, down the end. Is it coming out? There it is. Okay, it's made all the way to the first valve. And back out again. I tend to give it another dunk. Just to rinse it out, stick it on the towel. Right. Then finally, valves. Again, I've left these soaking. Try not to totally submerge them because they'll often have bits of felt at the top, here and here, that will and springs that might not dry as easily. So, trusty toothbrush, valve. Kind of goes in there, and all the bits and pieces, nooks and crannies there. Again, this is more disgusting than I thought it was going to be. Don't use your sister's toothbrush, please. I don't want comments from mums. Thank you. But yeah, bit of that, and sometimes stick this through the holes as well. Oh, I did do the valve casing. Sorry, my bad. I've missed something out. So there's the valve 1, valve 2 and valve 3. I missed out the valve casing. The valve casing shouldn't really need a going over, but where the valves meet the tubes, pipes, slides, that's when I like to just sort of give it a go. Just in there, going around there, just where the tubes come in and out of the valve casing, the valve block. Again, this shouldn't take too much, especially since if it's been sitting there for 20 minutes. There we go, dunk it in, dunk it out. Alright. Yeah, and 2 other valves as well. So I'll just quickly do that. Mouthpieces. Just bog standard. Mouthpiece cleaner. Just goes up the end. Give it one of them, back and forth. Have a quick look down the end. Yep, good as new. Another one. Good. Right, that's that one done. Phase 2 complete. So once it's all dry, I've stuck it on. There we go, on the towel, and you've accounted for everything. Watch out for little things like little screws at the end there. You see the little screw at the end there. Things like that, often down the end of the tuning slide, 3rd valve. Just make sure they don't go down the drain. Yeah, and then drying it and putting it back together again is just fairly straightforward, to be honest. Get old towel and dry it. Don't have to talk you through that, do I? Just dry it. Dry and put it back together again. So that's it back together again. I'll just do a quick oiling up of valves and re-greasing of slides. Anything that should move should be lubricated and greased. You can get core grease or valve slide grease for things like that and that and that and that. Valve oil for the valves. Don't put any sort of grease on the valves. It's just going to clog it up. And I wouldn't put the valve oil on the slides because it's just going to make it move too much. And with a silver instrument, a silver polish is always a good idea every so often. But that's about it. In summary, take it apart, everything you possibly can, chuck it in a bath of lukewarm water with a bit of soap, leave it to soak for about 10 minutes. Get your brushes, long thin brushes with wires on the end, short ones for mouthpiece brushes, old toothbrush, a winner. And perhaps a scrubbing brush for anything that's a bit manky around the ends. Wash it all, run it through, dry it on a scuzzy towel, put it all back together again, and don't forget to clean the bath because the bath will look gross. Yeah, it's going to need a proper clean, ring around the end, that sort of thing. Yeah, nothing much to it, nothing else to it really. No.